Thank you, Cindy, and welcome everyone. I'm very happy to be here today, and I'd really like to talk to you about Essbase and leveraging new reporting options with OBIEE+, which stands for Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition Plus. To get us kicked off, I'd like to review the agenda for today's webinar. First, we're going to talk about leveraging Essbase databases, but specifically about leveraging Essbase outside of finance functions. Then, I'll touch on what OBIEE Plus is and discuss the synergies between Essbase and OBIEE Plus. Further, we'll look at some sample reports from a variety of different products, financial reports, web analysis, answers, dashboards, BI Publisher. We'll see all those different samples. And then highlight the benefits specifically of those OBIEE Plus reports that are now accessible off of an Essbase cube. And these benefits apply to a variety of different users, not only end users building reports, but also administrators that are maintaining the sources, and also executives to make those decisions that drive the business. Lastly, I'd like to end with a real-life example, a day-in-the-life use of OBIEE Plus on top of Essbase, and then follow up with a question and answer session. So, having said all that, let's get started. First, an important question we have to ask ourselves is, what is Essbase? And, importantly, does it work outside of finance? Typically, Essbase is thought of as being within the financial realm, but what I really want to highlight today is that Essbase can be leveraged across all areas of the business and all industries, not just specific industry segments. Think of sales and marketing, operations, manufacturing. All of these areas can use Essbase cubes just as much as finance can. So let's explore what Essbase is. Well, Essbase is a multidimensional database. What is a multidimensional database, you'll ask? Well, Essbase is designed as a cube. Now this enables a variety of different businesses to customize and then analyze their data in a quick and efficient manner. What Essbase provides is a valuable, powerful analytic tool that allows users to rapidly interact with data in any perspective that they want. They can update data from a variety of different sources, and then they can share data across the enterprise in different levels through a security matrix. This can all be deployed quickly, and it's extremely customizable, which means that it applies to all those different functions that we talked about. Specifically, Essbase multidimensional databases provide insight into data from these multiple perspectives through customized dimensions. Customized dimensions can be customer, region, product line, time, etc. And these dimensions allow all types of businesses to really drill into information that's relevant to them. The way that data is stored is it's stored in a dimension list which has members below it. Now these members can be reported on and pivoted so that all different types of users can see data in different fashions. Although this is all the same data, it's just manipulated kind of like a Rubik's Cube. Within the member list, there are hierarchies which allow aggregated data and also provide the drill down capability so that you can see what comprised that high top level member. Additional features of Essbase that I think are important to highlight are the calculation engines that exist within Essbase. This calculation engine enables users to automate and derive thousands, if not millions, of data points. These data points can be reported on in a number of different fashions. Now this provides the critical decision-making analysis that we highlighted earlier. You can run calculations to do variance analysis between plan and actual numbers, do historical analysis, scenario modeling, what-if trending, and also predictions based on past data for future decisions. The historical integration and planned integration provides great insight for management to make decisions. It's also extremely flexible in how it's reported so that all users and all perspectives are satisfied. And lastly, a very, very important thing to highlight is the end user experience. Every day I log in and I like what I'm doing because it's easy to use. So the best function of Essbase in my mind is the ease of interaction with data. Any user can dig into this information, and they can dig into that information through Excel, which is a familiar interface for all users of business. Excel powerful functionality can be leveraged with these Essbase retrieves, so data can be analyzed in the same spreadsheet that we analyze it today. Users don't have to learn new software or update new queries. They know exactly what to do with some double clicks of the mouse. The ease of this data access really makes Essbase and reporting from Essbase a truly self-service environment. The Essbase environment we just talked about has a capacity for huge sets of data. There's almost no limitation. Customized Essbase cubes can store millions of different data points, and this capacity for data could be limited, if desired, so that targeted users only see information that's relevant to them. Essbase can literally store terabytes of information and can have so many members in a single dimension. This allows users to interact with all sorts of different information across the business. If they are restricted based on customer, they can also be restricted based on entity through this robust read-write security matrix within Essbase. So now that we've discussed the power and true value of Essbase, let's explore the different functions and industries that Essbase serves. It's easy to visualize that Essbase serves not only finance, from we discussed, it also could serve operations and sales, HR, supply chain. And how does it serve these functions? Well, the same calculations, retrievals, and stored data that's relevant to finance is also relevant to these other functions through those same metrics. Now, these metrics enable management and end users to make fact-based decisions, and now this highlights that Essbase truly spans the business spectrum. If we take an example with sales, the sales department can have dimensions along customer and region, and we can have accounts to analyze customer or product profitability. Operations can do detailed inventory management, forecasting for inventory, all through the similar metrics in customized dimensions. HR, we can do employee analysis, headcount analysis, come up with benefit compensation models, etc. Both procurement and supply chain can leverage a multitude of different dimensions such as vendor, inventory, shipments, in and out of factories. So not only does Essbase store data, on top it stores text and date so that all reporting and analysis functions that we want from a cube can be leveraged with an Essbase solution. Now, this Essbase solution provides a strong support system for all of our decisions. With these areas of business served by Essbase cubes, an important question we have to ask ourselves is, well, will the solution work with what I already have? And the answer is absolutely. Essbase cubes have a number of different options to load and integrate data. This data can come from a variety of different sources, and it can then be pushed to a variety of different number of targets. Now, this adds great value to IT departments and also business users alike. Integrating the data with data warehouse strategies provides a flexible solution for not only reporting and modeling and planning, but also provides specific applications to meet your needs for business users across the organization. Additional questions that we want to answer is, where does Essbase fit in with Oracle EPM? Well, we've explored the range of Essbase, and we've seen the versatility and functionality of Essbase, so it's clear that Essbase is really the foundation upon which Oracle EPM systems reside. Essbase provides a great source, target, and also access point for organizations. Furthermore, to improve the reporting capabilities of Essbase, the latest OBIEE EE Plus release allows for the creation of easy-to-read and interpret reports that drive fact-based decisions. Within the EPM set of options, Essbase fits in with a number of different current systems. This allows the easy implementation and integration of the current investments you already have. If you have Oracle Data Integrator or ODI, this works perfectly well with Essbase. Essbase also works well with Oracle Financials, as also integration and drillback, and of course, OBIEE Plus can be reported on top of Essbase. Which brings me to the next topic: what is OBIEE Plus, and what benefits would you gain by using OBIEE Plus with Essbase? Well, we'll explore that next. Before the latest release of OBIEE Plus, reporting options from Essbase, Planning, and HFM were somewhat limited to financial reporting and web analysis, two tools through Hyperion. However, now with the OBIEE Plus release, we can report off of Essbase and Hyperion Planning cubes using Hyperion Reports, Hyperion Web Analysis, Oracle Answers, Oracle Dashboards, and Oracle BI Publisher, which provides valuable insight through a multitude of different tools across the organization. This is a very important day in history that we have OBIEE Plus reporting on top of Hyperion. But what OBIEE Plus really provides is a single source of information and intelligence for firms by bridging that gap between the powerful analytics that we see with Essbase and these intuitive, easy-to-read reports that everyone knows of OBIEE. OBIEE Plus works with a variety of different sources of data across your organization, but also can report on top of Essbase to create fact-based decision graphs, gauges, charts, etc., so that everyone within the organization has a transparent view of the data and decisions made behind the data. So as we can see, there's plenty of reporting options out there. Specifically, with OBIEE Plus, there are Hyperion Financial options, Web Analysis, Answers, Dashboards, and BI Publisher. As we can see, with the new release, Answers, Dashboards, and BI Publisher can now be implemented side by side with Essbase in the latest release of OBIEE Plus. If we take a closer look at some of these reporting options, we can see that Hyperion Financial Reporting is a great tool. It's high-level, heavy data-oriented reports and summary documents such as your P&L or your balance sheet work extremely well with Hyperion Financial Reports. Pure data, if you have a lot of pure data reports, you'd like to use Hyperion Financial Reporting. Hyperion Financial Reporting, or FR Studio, is leveraged with Hyperion sources only. Now, Web Analysis is another Hyperion tool. It's a tremendous visual content tool with easy, filtered, and also interactive drivers. It's web-driven, highly content-driven, and it can work with a number of different sources, not just Hyperion. Answers is an easy-to-use tool that allows end users to create a variety of different reports, graphs, charts, gauges, pivot tables, and data can then be customized and laid out as a dashboard. Dashboards can be viewed upon login so that with the click of a mouse you can see all of your up-to-the-minute results in a number of different fashions, whether that be charts, data, or gauges. Lastly, BI Publisher allows for both visual and data-driven reports to be accessed from a variety of different number of sources: PDF, HTML, Microsoft Word, and all of it is from a single source. It's a great document, a great reporting to create documents for invoices, for your sales department, anything along the lines that you need for in Microsoft Word. The biggest part of Answers and BI Publisher that I think should be highlighted is that it works with all different sources, while financial reporting and web analysis is really restricted to just Hyperion. Answers and dashboards are created off of a OBIEE administration, which uses SQL, Oracle, and as well as Essbase, SAP, etc. So we've explored a number of different options, and it's easy to get lost with all these options available. However, I like to try and help make your decision as easy as possible. What reporting options you need is really based on what your business needs are. Do you have data-driven reports, or are you looking for more visual and interactive content? For new users, we recommend starting with OBIEE Plus and adding financial reports and web analysis if you need it. But if you're a current financial report or web analysis user, consider taking advantage of the decision-making graphs and visual content that's offered by answers and dashboards. To summarize, Essbase provides those calculations and data that's necessary for businesses to compete. And OBIEE Plus reporting options enable users to easily interpret that data so that business can make decisions quicker and more effectively and ensure that they're the leaders in their business. Most importantly, though, what I want to highlight is the solution of Essbase and OBIEE Plus pertains to all industries and functions within those industries, so that anyone from sales and marketing, supply chain, HR, can, within different sectors such as the public sector, high-tech, financial services, manufacturing, can realize the true value of Essbase and OBIEE Plus. The interpretation of data allows them to make decisions quicker than their competitors to make sure that they're on top of industry. We can look at OBIEE Plus at the bottom of the chart and the adapters that it works with, functions to all functions and all industries. So clearly, Essbase and OBIEE Plus can impact businesses in an important way. So let's look at some sample reports of financial reports, web analysis, and the OBIEE Plus suite on top of an Essbase environment. Here what we have is a sample of financial reports. This is a P&L statement, and as we can see, financial reports is a great tool for summary level data that's data heavy. It can easily be automated and also can be scheduled and delivered to the organization through PDF documents overnight. Also can be viewed through Office, whether it's Word or Excel. Very functional, easy to interpret and to drill into, gap compliant, and it's very easy to distribute across your organization. Next, let's take a look at a web analysis sample. Here we can see web analysis functions perfectly well with visual content, and also on the right-hand side you can see there's a filtering mechanism so that you can change your charts as you see fit. These interactive graphs and charts really provide this substantial content and display flexibility that users are looking for. Very flexible, very graphical, very strong visual content. Next, we have the first aspect of the OBIEE Plus suite, Oracle Answers. Answers reports allow users to really quickly and easily customize anything from graphs, charts, pivot tables, and gauges from a variety of different sources. And there's strong filtering capabilities so that we make sure that the data is relevant to what we see. Easy to build. You can build anything that's visual and data across a variety number of sources so that you can leverage the data in your organization to the best way possible. What all these answers reports make up is a dashboard. These dashboards can be saved, and as you can see from above, they're displayed on login. So when a user logs in, they can see what reports are pertinent to them, and they can get a feel for the performance of the business really at that click of a mouse. If desirable, users can drill into those dashboards and get an understanding of what the variance was that made up some of those indicators, some of the gauges that are highlighted in red or green. Why are we performing where we are? It's really an excellent tool for upper management and decision makers to get an understanding of where the business is without having to dig through a bunch of different data sources and dig through a bunch of heavy data analysis. Very intuitive, very visual. Lastly, we've got a sample from BI Publisher. BI Publisher reports are built on top of an answer report. So you build your answer report, and then you can build a BI Publisher report in a variety of different number of formats. It provides not only data, but also visual content, and this can be easily scaled throughout the organization and displayed in a flexible number of ways. These can be reported off Essbase through that answers build that we talked about. So next, let's explore some of the benefits, specifically to different people within the organization. So if I made an investment in Essbase and OBIE Plus, who would be benefiting, how, and why? So digging a little bit deeper, executives. Perfect example of upper management and executive benefit comes from the quick self-service access of dashboards. Dashboard reports can source data from almost any source, all on a single page. So executives don't have to worry about where the data sits. Is the data from Essbase? Is it from SQL? They don't have to dig through any of that. They can just see all of the relevant information in a single page right when they log in. It's a huge benefit for executives that don't like digging through data. Now the data and visual content is updated to the minute, and it provides that insight that executives need to make decisions as quickly as possible. It's not necessarily data. It can be graphical. You can see a bar chart with lines. We can see gauges, pie charts. It really puts the organization in position to succeed. And again, these sources can be from anything you can think of, Essbase, Oracle, etc. Next, what are the benefits for end users? Someone that has to build a report every day. Is it easy to build reports? And the answer is absolutely. When you build answers reports or BI Publisher reports, it's extremely quick and efficient. Answers provides an easy-to-use interface that analysts or report writers can easily leverage. End users create reports from, again, various sources and in a variety of formats. So if anyone has a particular need to see reports in Word, Answers allows that. BI Publisher allows that. If you want to see reports in an Excel format, Answers allows that. So it's really a great tool for report writers. It's easy to customize. All of the work of consolidating the data is in the back end. So if I need to build a report and my boss says I need this today or tomorrow, I can get it built, filtered in minutes and impress my boss. So next, another segment of the business that is benefited by OBIE Plus are the administrators of the actual system. OBIE Plus is administered through a tool called OBIE Administration. This is a single source of all of the different, a single interface of all the different sources that are used in reports. Now, when you build these different answers reports, it's sourced from this OBIE administration set. So administrators really benefit by the solution because everything is stored in just one place. It's really a one-stop shop for report generation. And it really enables administrators to horizontally report data so that when you want to look at data across the organization that's sourced from different spots, it's easy to build that in what's called the business model and mapping layer. So we can see from the diagram in the slide, sources are imported into the physical layer, mapped in the middle layer, and then brought to the presentation layer to build reports off. Horizontal reporting is extremely easy. If we have any commonalities between sources, you can see data across the organization. And again, any source you can think of, Essbase, Planning, SQL, Oracle, Microsoft Access, anything you can think of, single repository. It's fantastic for administrators, easy to use. It'll save them a lot of time and energy putting together different source data. So we've talked about Essbase. We've talked about OBIE Plus. We've talked about the benefits of OBIE Plus and Essbase across organizations and for specific users. Let's put OBIE Plus to the test and see if it can shine in a real-life example. To set it up, let's assume that your boss comes to you and says he wants to understand how well the sales team is doing. Let's say he wants to not only know what the planned sales were, but also what the actual sales and salaries were. Now, the issue you have is that this information exists all across the organization, but it doesn't exist in a single source. So if I didn't have OBIEE+, I'd have to go and pull a report from Essbase to the planned data, go to my actual GL, pull sales from that source, and then go to HR and pull those salaries, and then merge all those documents together. It's very tedious, very time-consuming. Now, if the organization leveraged OBIEE+, then we would have all of these sources in OBIEE administration, and we can report the single source in one tab, one report. So let's see how to solve this problem. We would take plan data from Essbase, actuals from the GL, salary from your HR, and put all that in OBIEE, and then as your boss asks for the information, you can put this report on his desk as he finishes his sentence. Leveraging these answers reports and horizontal reporting between sources, OBIEE+ allows you to create that report from these disparate sources in seconds. Even more, you can show your boss the numbers, graphs, charts, whatever how he wants to see the data, and you can really knock his socks off. OBIEE+ really hits a home run in this situation. As you can see in the chart, this information comes from 3 different sources, but to build the report literally takes seconds. You can select the information in Answers, which is all stored in OBIEE administration. Concluding, prior Essbase cubes are really limited to financial reports and web analysis, as we discussed. But now, with OBIEE+, additional reporting options are available, and I think they should be explored. Financial reports and web analysis still work very well with Hyperion sources and present pure data in a clear and concise fashion. But Answers, Dashboards, and BI Publisher should be leveraged if we want to look at other data sources and visual content that can be delivered in any format. If that's the desire, then OBIEE+ on top of Essbase should really be explored. With that, I'd like to conclude the presentation for today. Thanks for your time, and the floor is now open for questions. Thank you.